Alright, as promised, I'm going to show you what they have been doing. When I say they are sending subliminal messages on the boards and stuff, okay, this is what they've put outside the cooperative. Now, okay, this is some satanic shit, right? But it's done in a way which is kind of jokey, right? Now, I was watching a video by someone on YouTube called A Call for an Uprising. It was talking about the Denver airport, you know, where there's all kind of satanic and Illuminati and Freemasonic shit on the walls there. And there's a mural where basically there was a guy holding a sword and a rifle, and there's like kids and shit like that being cut by the sword and grieving mothers behind. So these murals got took down, and in the place when they were doing this upgrade on the airport, they put all joking notices like Illuminati headquarters being built here and reptilian headquarters and underground portals and all this stuff, you know. So basically, you know, this is what they do, right? They try to make a joke of it. So I guess they're concerned about me exposing what's going on in my area. So, which I'll name the area when I've left it, because I'm leaving soon. When I've left, I'll name the area that this is all going on in Sheffield. So this is what they put outside the cooperative, right? Satanic shit here. Do you want to start a cult? And then there's some Freemasonic handshake here. This is called the hotline now, and it's even got a little number. Alright, fuck knows what this is about. But I'm gonna ring the number on a burner phone, see what the fuck it rings to.
You know what I'm saying? See this shit? And this is outside fucking...
No, I didn't want to film it straight away because there's all school kids now. When I got there, they had a school kid stand right next to that. Right? Well, I don't know if they did, but I suspect they did that to put me off filming. But I noticed as soon as I started filming that notice, he left.
Just prove it to you. See what I mean? That's how they send subliminal.
Just to prove it's outside the cooperative. I'll show it again because it's quite.
See what I mean? That's how they send subliminal message with the...
There you go.
See what I mean? That's how they send subliminal message with the
They know
fucking... the advertising shit.
They want me to see that shit.
I don't want to film it straight away because school kids around and want to think paedophiles and shit like that. But I just want to get that on camera so you can see it. You know, that's the kind of stuff that they like to do with their subliminal messages and shit. So as you can see, it's got like satanic symbols that do you want to start calling jokes.
Yeah, and also, let me show you what they did. Sorry, wrong one. Let me show you what they did coming back. I guess they had a DPD van, right, waiting down this little side street, and as soon as I went to film this sign, because I guess they knew I was going to do it because I mentioned it on my video, they must have been waiting for me. This drove off, and then you'll see what happened. Perfectly timed to when I get back. Alright?
Yo, check this out.
Yeah, coming up the driveway as soon as I get back, right?
So that shit comes out, and as soon as I get back, right? And I seen that shit down the fucking drive. It was like down the driveway on the way to the post office. As soon as I get there, right, the fucker comes out. So I just let you know, man. And I was cycling earlier, and I seen about 4 or 5 ambulances and one of those fucking DPD vans again. It's like, it's not FedEx, man. It's not fucking Hermes or UPS. Why is it always fucking DPD? Because it's conditioning. Because it's trying to send a subliminal message about depersonalisation, and they keep doing it again and again and again and again and again. Because repetition is a part of mind control. Because that's basically what this program relies on. It's not to make you into a slave, it's to make you...
It's hard to explain it. It's like they're being hardcore, targeting about stuff, but they're being very discreet about it at the same time. There's loads of perps around me now. Compared to when this targeting began, there's probably like 3 times as many perps targeting me now. but they're doing it in very discreet ways, like hand signal and stuff like that. The siren harassment from the ambulances has backed off a bit, although they had a noise campaign this morning in retaliation for my video. Also, and this shows you the remote NOAA monitoring, right? Yesterday, I nearly lost something that was very, very dear to me, and I was furious, right? It was a picture of someone I care about a lot, and I dropped it in the, turned out I dropped it in the park. I went looking for it everywhere, and I found it. It was basically a miracle no one picked it up, because it was in an area where loads of kids and shit walked down. But it was there, and I kissed it, you know, when I picked it up, because I was that relieved. But as soon as I started getting worked up about that shit, man, ambulance sirens started ringing out all across the city. Like, I'm serious. Like, ambulance sirens started ringing everywhere. So they monitor you through the technology 24/7, and I've noticed it. As soon as I get upset, it's like they know, and then they start with the noise campaign. Like, it's a mocking thing. So, you know, when you're getting upset, though, you'll hear the sirens, or if you think something like negative that they've done, or negative in general, but usually negative that you think they've done or know they've done, they'll play the sirens to acknowledge that. And that's what happened yesterday. That's what happened yesterday when I was on this allotment. Now I'm on there now, so that's what the background noise you can hear is. But yeah,
It's fucking chumps.
Yeah, so you hear that shit, the buses keep horning and shit. That's the noise campaign. They were doing the thing before, when they go past and make that noise constantly. So yeah, that's all I gotta show, but I think it's a good one to show you how far they go, to send the subliminal messages and stuff. It's still targeting me with the number 555. I keep seeing it everywhere I go on cars. Triple numbers, but mostly 555. I keep seeing lately. They're fucking idiots, man. Like, they sent an Italian scooter past me this morning with an Italian flag on it, I guess to let me know that they know about my holiday, which I know they know because I talked about it in a video. It's pathetic, man. It really is pathetic. And I've seen that scooter 2 days in a row. So yeah, I mean, the shit doesn't stop. I'm telling you, I'm serious to you guys. When I say not a day goes by without this shit happening, I mean it. Like, in Sheffield, well, anywhere I go, but especially Sheffield because it's a city, you know, unless I go somewhere super mad remote, right, or I don't go out, I'm gonna get targeted, you know what I mean? Regardless, I'm gonna get targeted. The only place in this time I haven't been targeted for a day or two is Greece, right? Because Greece, the targeting program is very weak there. It might even be non-existent, because yes, Greek people were involved, but they're probably affiliated with the British intelligence services. So I could be wrong. Maybe there is a gang stalking program in Greece, but if there is, it's probably just in Athens, or it's very selective in who they use it on. They don't have the resources to go after overseas targets like they do in Italy, France and Germany, and Spain, which I've experienced, and Portugal as well. So these richer countries, if you're a TI, say from the UK or America, and you head to these countries, you'll be targeted just the same way you were targeted at home. I'm serious, right? You know what I mean? They will target you in exactly the same way in a completely different country. This is an international connection that this network of perps have, right? So if you're traveling from, say, America to Australia, the American intelligence agencies will notify the Australian intelligence agencies that you're going, and then they'll tell the perps there that you're coming. And so I personally feel, not just in the UK but in Europe, the perps I'm making them worried, you know what I'm saying? I think the perps in Europe see me as a threat, because I'm very, very outspoken on this. Honestly, don't think there's anyone well, there is some, but I'm one of the main ones in Europe that are really getting at these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? So I think they really hate my shit and that I'm doing. So I was very heavily targeted in Italy by the police and the Carabini or whatever it is. Carabini, I can't remember what it is. You'll know what I mean. Those fools were following me everywhere I went. Right, in Italy, the Carabini, or yeah, they were following me everywhere I went, and the police too. And not to mention, I'm not even mentioning the perps on the foot. So I think they're getting a bit worried. I guess they're getting desperate and a bit paranoid about what people are learning in my area, so they're putting this kind of joking shit like, do you want to start a cult and all this shit to try and you know, I bet if you ring it as some kind of joke thing, you see the satanic shit, the Freemasonic handshake, you know what I mean? Or I've never seen any shit like that before in the UK anywhere. So that tells you a lot, you know what I mean? Also, the area that I'm moving to, right? I saw a notice, yeah? And this is how they cover up the gang stalking that they're going to do there, I guess. I saw a notice that said Neighbourhood Watch. We are going to be patrolling soon in your area. Seriously, if I go to that area, because I'm moving in like a month or so, I'll take a picture of it and show you if it's still there. But they put a notice up, right, saying Neighbourhood Watch. We will soon be patrolling in your area. And it's near the area where I'm going to live, right? So they're already making moves, I believe, to organise the harassment because I know it's going to follow me. You follow me wherever I go in the UK. And I'm not moving to escape the targeting. I'm just sick of Sheffield. I don't like it no more. I mean, I'm not feeling Sheffield no more. So I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I've not been run out because I'm scared. I just don't enjoy living here no more. I just don't like the atmosphere. It's getting on my nerves. I'm sick of all you fakes, all you fake motherfuckers. So I want to get away from the city, and because of 5G, and because of possible nuclear war with Russia in the future, which could happen. It's not impossible. All it takes is some accident to trigger it. So that's why I'm moving away from the big cities to escape the 5G and all that shit. I mean, it'll still be in towns, but it'll be more, I think, manageable and escapable in towns. And I'm on the outskirts of a town where I'm going to be. It's quite rural, so yeah, you know. But yeah, though to me, it seems that we're already preparing for when I get there to cover the harassment and the targeting. So, also, to the guy that replied to me on Napier Root's video, stupid Christians, man, I'm telling you. He called himself Jesus, right? So I said, Jesus. I said something like, why don't you come back, Jesus, and stop this shit? And then he said some shit like, don't take Jesus' name in vain, some shit like that, or you will be judged. But it's like, you've called yourself Jesus. That's a sin in itself, naming yourself after God. Jesus, trust me, I'm a Christian too. I was brought up a Christian. I just don't feel the shit anymore. I think it's fake. And I remember my mum saying that mocking God or definitely naming yourself after Jesus is a sin. So if I'm going to hell, you certainly are too. So yeah, and I don't believe in hell. Hell is just a copy of the Norse after underworld was called hell as well, but with one L. And you can research that. The Norse gods like Thor and all that shit. The underworld was called hell, Hel. And the Jesus story was based off an Egyptian myth, so don't get it twisted. If Jesus was real, he would have come back and stopped World War I and World War II, right? But he didn't, did he? So all you fools that are saying, yo, Jesus is coming, he ain't fucking coming, son. Listen, if Jesus was gonna fucking come back, he would have come back by now. Because shit's mad real, you know what I mean? He would have come fucking back and fixed all this shit. So, do you really think that Jesus is gonna fucking come back? Because he's not real, for a start. God's real. Don't get it twisted, God's real. But if maybe Jesus was real, but he's not a deity. He was a human being, perhaps, with special abilities. But I don't think he's coming back to save us all. You need to save yourselves. The only way, all you Christians that are like, oh, Jesus is going to fix everything. No, you need to fix it, man. You need to sort your shit out. You need to do good in this world. You can't be sat on your arse waiting for Jesus to come back, who isn't coming back. God strike me down if I'm lying. But I know God very well. I talk to God all the time. And I know God feels me, because God saved me from some life and death situations that's real, that I can't even speak on it on this. So I know God's protecting me. So, I know God's and angels are protect. I believe in angels as well, by the way. God and angels are protecting me. But as for Jesus after Zeus, I'm not feeling that guy, man. If he is real, if he is real, I've got nothing against the guy. But if he was real, they probably exaggerated him like they exaggerated Robin Hood. You know what I mean? Because Robin Hood was an outlaw in the UK. I'm sure you've heard of him in the States, because there's been that many films about him. They glamorized that shit. So there may have been someone called Robin Hood, but they probably exaggerated all that shit. Same with Jesus. There may have been someone called Jesus, may have been a very powerful person, a spiritual person, but they probably exaggerated it to the point where they're basically worshipping him. I mean, the Bible's a joke to me. It's like, it says do not idol worship. Well, you're worshipping a guy on a cross, man. That's idol worship. You're worshipping someone. It's a person you're worshipping. It's not a deity. Okay? So that's why I don't fuck with Christianity and feel it anymore, because it's so twisted. These fools, man, they see everyone that's not a Christian as deserving to burn in hell. It's like, this guy, I can't remember his name, says to me, oh, you'll think about this when you're burning in hell. It's like, I don't think so, mate. I don't believe in hell. I believe in the afterlife. I don't believe in hell. I believe in reincarnation, actually, and I have personal reasons why I believe that. But that's off the topic. Listen, Jesus, if he was real, he's fronting, man, if he's real, because, come on, he should have come back now. If Jesus is real, because if I was fucking Jesus, I'd come back and sort this shit out. You know what I mean? If I had the powers of Jesus, the power of God, I'd kill all these perps, I'd send them to hell, and I'd fix everything. Why is it not happening? Because Jesus is not real. And if he was real, he was just a man, not a god. Okay? And you can trace back the Romans, for example. Since I've been to Italy and Pompeii, they worshipped gods, right? They were humanoid looking, probably human beings originally, such as, let me think, Zeus, Daphne, she was a goddess. Persephone, I think she was a goddess. I think that's her name. With many others I can't remember. You know what I mean? Zeus is more of a Greek god, but the Romans worshipped him too, I think. So you can trace this shit back. God, to me, is not a human being. It's not male or female. It's not human. Okay, it's an entity that's everywhere and in everything. Right? But it's not a human being, and it definitely doesn't have a beard. Oh, by the way, Jesus was based off what you think is Jesus. That was based off someone else. Okay, you fools think Jesus was white or something. That was a guy that it tells you yourself. King James Bible. The king wrote it. Right? Do you really think that a king would tell the truth? Because I don't. I don't trust human beings. I trust God, and God doesn't speak to you in words. God speaks to you in feelings and actions. Okay? So now I'll drop some knowledge onto you. I hope you learn. And if I'm wrong, then God can strike me down right now. You know what I mean? But I know I'm not wrong when I say that there's only one God, and it's not a man, okay, that was on a cross. It's not a man at all. And personally, if this God wants to burn everyone alive that doesn't believe in him, his son or whatever, then that God's an evil God. Right? That God's evil. It's like, okay, it's like basically me being a rapper, right? And if you hate my music, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna kill you because you don't like my music. That's basically what it is. That's the equivalent of it. So that's to me is ridiculous. If Jesus is king of the world, why didn't he go to Asia? Why didn't he go to Japan? Why didn't he go to Australia? The Aborigines, they haven't heard of him. Why didn't he go to Alaska? Why didn't he go to Russia? You know what I mean? If he's king of the world, like you say he is, well, he doesn't seem to give a shit about the rest of the world, does he? So, because if I was Jesus, I'd travel to all over the world and see everyone. If I have the ability to walk on water or whatever, then I surely could get to Russia or wherever. You know. Don't get twisted though, I believe in God, but on this Christian shit, I'm not feeling it, man. You can't tell me this shit is real to me. Some of it is, but a lot of it is just, it's just ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? So, that being cleared, I hope you TIs, the real live ones, the real ones, not the fucking Shane Gibbs type ones, you know, keep doing what you're doing and fight these motherfuckers as long as it takes, and don't let them fucking win. And talk about everything that they're doing, share the tactics they're using on you, because we can learn from it. You know, it might help prevent another TI being harmed. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.